Hello and welcome back to Create with Chidex. I'm Chidema and today's video is in collaboration with Nike K's World. So basically I'm going to be making a guacamole and tortilla chip cake, and Nike will be making the actual real guacamole. I'm going to leave a link to her video in the description below. Do check it out and make yourself some yummy healthy guacamole. I mean, look at all that yummy goodness. You should definitely check out her tutorial. She also has a number of quick and easy but delicious recipes, so you should check those out as well. Now let's get right into the cake aspect of things, shall we? I'm going to prepare the bowl for my guacamole. I'm using a real bowl and I'm going to place some cling film inside it. This cling film will prevent the modeling chocolate from sticking to the real bowl, and it will make it easier for me to take it out when I've finished molding it. Now I'm going to roll out a sheet of modeling chocolate, then place it inside the prepared bowl. I'm just going to trim off a bit of the excess before smoothing the bowl. So I'm using the modeling chocolate cutouts to smoothen inside the bowl, and then my fingers. When I've gotten it as smooth as I want it, I'll flip the bowl over and use a knife to trim the remaining modeling chocolate. The modeling chocolate bowl will then go into the fridge for at least 20 to 30 minutes. After staying for 30 minutes in the fridge, the bowl was solid enough, so I took it out and now I'm going to remove it from the real bowl. To give me cleaner edges, I used my X-Acto blade to shave off some of the rough edges. I'm now going to prepare my edible wafer paper onion bits so it will have a chance to dry before I need it. So I'm going to be mixing edible dark blue gel color and edible red gel color with some vodka. Then I'll paint it all over a sheet of wafer paper. Notice that I'm not making the color even on the paper. I'm painting some areas a darker shade and the others light shade. After painting it, I'm going to set it aside to dry. I marbled some brown and white fondant to cover my board with. Then I rolled it out. Rubbed some vegetable fat on my board and then draped it over the board to cover it. For the guacamole, I'm starting with green buttercream, and to give it more of the guacamole color, I've added a bit of brown powdered food color. Then I'll also add a tiny bit of edible yellow gel color. And after mixing everything up, I'll set it aside and move on to the cake. I measured and cut out a piece of parchment paper the same size as my modeling chocolate bowl. And using this piece of parchment paper, I carved out my cake. Then I cut the bottom part of the cake at an angle. Before gluing it inside the modeling chocolate plate with some of my buttercream. I'm now going to spread some of the green buttercream all over the surface of the cake, making sure that it gets right to the edges. Then I'll finish off my edible wafer paper onions by cutting the wafer paper that I colored earlier into smaller bits. After that, I'll start adding in my onion pieces. Whilst piling up more of the green buttercream on the cake. When I'm done with the guacamole, I'll place it on my cake board and then prepare my tortilla chips. I mixed edible yellow gel color with some water, toned it down a bit with a bit of brown gel color. Then I tested this color on a piece of scrap edible wafer paper, comparing it with a piece of tortilla chip that I had by my side. I'm going to keep adding more of the yellow color and some water until I get the color that I'm okay with. I finally got the color that I was fine with, so I will paint it all over a sheet of wafer paper. And after coating one surface, I would place another sheet of wafer paper on top of it, then paint the top of the wafer paper as well. After that, I'll flip it over and paint the bottom. Then I'll place it in the oven at 120°C for about 10 minutes or until the paper is dry. My edible wafer paper is now completely dry, so I'll use a scissors to cut it into triangular pieces. To further add some depth to the tortilla chips, I'll mix some hot chocolate with a bit of water, and using a brush with pointed tips, I'll paint this onto the tortilla chips. I'm going to coat all the chips, and when I'm done, I'll arrange them on my cake board. And there you have it. Our guacamole and tortilla chips cake is done. And now I'm going to cut it. I've now come to the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so already, and also click on the notification bell so you get notified when I post new videos, as I post videos every week. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye.